What's happening, YouTube? This is me, Andy here, back again, bringing you another black and white Wi-Fi battle. And today, my opponent is going to be nojnp, and I hope you guys hear the difference between this mic and a new mic. I bought a new one, and I hope this sounds better for you guys. Alright, so let's get into the battle. I lead off with my Aerodactyl as he leads off with his Yan Mega. I went for the Rock Slide just to break his possible sash and maybe flinch him so I can get the 2-hit KO. But unfortunately, I do not get the flinch on the Rock Slide, and he does get off a Bug Buzz on me, and it does do a lot of damage. It does more than half, so I know it would be a 2-hit KO, but I'm not really afraid of it because I am faster. He's going to switch into his Nidoking right now as I go for another Rock Slide, just trying to get the 2-hit KO off. But this is where I realized that Nidoking was Scarf because he killed me with an Ice Beam, and Aerodactyl is usually faster than Nidoking. So I sent in my own Scarf Pokemon, which is my Victini, and to threaten him out with a V-Create, but he does a really good play and switches into his Yan Mega so I can get my -1 speed and -1 in both of my defenses. So that was a pretty good play on his part, so because now he can just switch in his Entei knowing I can switch and then setting up a sub, and that's what he proceeds to do as I switch into my Gone Home, my Flygon, my Scarf Flygon, and as he goes for the substitute. So right here, I don't know why I went for the Outrage here. Honestly, in hindsight, I should have gone for the Earthquake, which would have been better, but it still broke the sub, so it didn't really matter. But now he's gonna go for the Howl, and since I'm locked on Outrage, I'm gonna go for that anyways. So I'm honestly, this Entei was pretty much annoying throughout the whole battle. But yeah, he's gonna switch out to his Ferrothorn, and I do go for the Outrage since I am locked on it, and I get a crit. This crit did not matter at all, as you'll see what'll happen next turn, which is this turn actually. So I snapped out into my confusion now. I snapped out of my Outrage, so I switched to my Nidoking as he sets up a Leech Seed up on me, and he's gonna go. I'm gonna use Fire Blast as he goes for the Protect. And that's just probably I don't know, he's just getting Leech Seed recovery now, and I'm gonna go for another Fire Blast as he's gonna switch out into his Tortuga, his Blastoise, and he's gonna, of course, since he resisted and all, he's gonna take like almost nothing. So I'm pretty much forced to switch out, but no, I'm not forced. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt, and that's still not gonna do a lot of damage. It's gonna do a good chunk, but not a 2-hit KO. And then he predicts my switch and goes for the Toxic, but I'm not affected by it because I am part poison. So after all those recovery, the leftovers recovery and Leech Seed recovery, he's gonna be at enough health where another Thunderbolt won't kill him, and he goes for the Protect so he could get another round of leftovers, ensuring that it won't be a 2-hit KO. So right here, I'm just thinking he's just gonna stall me out. So I'm just gonna switch. And no, oh wait, nope, sorry. I predicted him. Sorry, I predicted him to go for the Ferrothorn. Sorry, not Ferrothorn, Ferroseed. It's because of the nickname, you know. But okay, so he's gonna switch into his Nidoking, and I automatically knew that thing was Scarf, or he was bluffing it because who's gonna send out a Nidoking into another Nidoking? So I'm gonna switch into my Flygon to avoid the super effective ground move, and not trying to over predict or anything. I just went for the Earthquake, and I'm gonna hit that Mew pretty okay. It does about a fourth, but I realize it's probably just gonna transform or do something stupid. So I just switched into my Sharpedo as he goes to the Seismitoss. I was whatever. Does 100 damage, not really a big deal, but he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. And that burn didn't really matter since I'm actually a burn. I said a what? What am I talking about? I can't speak today. It's actually a special Sharpedo. Technically mixed since it does have Crunch, but it still does its job since it's stab and all. So yeah, I do the Hydro Pump, and it takes him about to a low HP where a burned Crunch can take it out. And yeah, I get my speed boost. Now I think I'm at +2 or something around those lines. And he switches into his Blastoise again. Knowing I can't really do anything to this, I'm going to switch into my Umbreon. as he goes for the protect, and it fails since I switched out. And this turn I'm gonna go for the toxic. I believe I should have gone for the toxic. And no, I went for the wish. Oh yeah, I was trying to wish pass it to my Sharpedo, but he switches into his Entei, and he's gonna set up a sub, predicting my switch since Umbreon is at full HP and it's not gonna get anything from the wish. So that's what he proceeds to do, and I do get the wish off on my Sharpedo. And wish passing is still pretty viable. People like to say wish passing is stupid this gen. It doesn't really work. At least that's what I've heard. But it does work. As you can see, it just did. So he's going to go for the Howl, and I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump. Of course, being super effective, stabbed, all that, is going to break this up, obviously. And he's at +1 now. He's just trying to get some damage on me. And right here, I honestly forgot about the extreme speed. And of course he's gonna kill me since he's at +1 and Sharpedo has like 0 defenses. So yeah, I was pretty okay with that. I didn't really care. So I'm gonna switch to my Flygon, just trying to kill it off with an Earthquake. And he's gonna go for the extreme speed. It does a good amount of damage because it is at +1. But a stab Earthquake coming from Flygon is gonna definitely take out that Entei. Honestly, I didn't really think it would take it out, but I guess it did. So he's gonna switch out into his Blastoise. Of course, fearing the Ice Beam, I'm gonna switch it to my Special Wall Umbreon so I can take that hit. But he actually goes for the Scald, which had me thinking he doesn't run the Ice Beam, and I still don't think he does. But okay, so right here I'm gonna go for the Toxic as he toxics me, and then my Synchronize activates and he gets Toxic. So basically my Toxic was useless, but didn't really matter, still got Toxic anyways. So we're both Toxic. I know I didn't want to reveal that I had the Heal Bell yet, so I didn't go for it this turn. I just went for the Wish as he goes for the Scald. And I do not have Protect on this Umbreon. I have something else. I forgot my moveset on this. But yeah, right here he's probably thinking that I do not have the Heal Bell, and right here is where I do reveal it that I do have the Heal Bell, I believe. No, I'll go. Oh yeah, I went for the Sucker Punch instead. Sorry, I just didn't watch this battle before I started narrating. Sorry. But since I know this Nidoking was Scarfed, I knew a Sucker Punch would take some damage because all his moves are attacking moves since it's Scarfed. So I get a crit with a Sucker Punch and he crits me back with a Earth Power. I guess so whatever. Predicting his switch, because I knew he thought I was gonna go for the Sucker Punch. I went for the Heal Bell instead as he switches into his Blastoise. And now I'm cured of all my thingies, my Toxic thing, and he's still Toxic, so that's why I said it was a losing battle on his part. So I went for the Sucker Punch here. Honestly, I think I should have gone for the Wish so I can pass it to something else or something, whatever. Didn't really matter. Sorry, I'm saying whatever a lot, but it just really didn't matter. And he also gets a crit on that Scald, which whatever. I was gonna die anyways. So yeah, so I'm gonna switch into my Nidoking, knowing I can outspeed this thing. I'm just gonna go for the Thunderbolt and almost take it out. But unfortunately it does not take it out, and he takes me out with a Scald. But thankfully, since he is Toxic, he is gonna die to the damage taken. So right here I'm gonna send out my Scarf Poke, which is always good, as he also sends out his Scarf Poke. And of course, since Scarf Flygon outspeeds Scarf Nidoking, I'm just gonna take out that Nidoking with an Earthquake. So no, that was a real good game. I'll battle you again sometime, guys. Check him out. His link will be in the description, and check you guys